Economy main concern, youth leaders say. The nation's presidential contenders and youth leaders have identified low wages, high rent and house prices and cross-strait issues as being the main concerns for young voters who could play a pivotal role in determining the presidential election outcome. In a report published on December 4, The New York Times dubbed frustrated young voters as wild cards in the January 13 elections. In the 2020 presidential election, about 70% of Taiwanese in their 20s and 30s voted, data showed. Eight years after it became Taiwan's ruling party, the Democratic Progressive Party, DPP, has articulated its stance on cross-strait and LGBTQ issues. But its understanding of the plight of young people regarding housing and commuting appears to be lacking, said Chong-Yu Meng, who heads the Taiwan Youth Association for Democracy, TYAD. Lin Ting-chun, head of Taiwan Junior Chamber International, said that boosting income, being able to afford a home and worrying about war breaking out in the Taiwan Strait was top of the list of issues voters under the age of 40 had. However, Chong said that interest in national affairs does not necessarily translate to support for certain candidates or voter turnout. As such, candidates need to focus on putting forward more youth-friendly policies if they want to garner support from younger voters, he said. Lin said that despite all the hullabaloo in the media about the elections capturing people's attention, turnout among younger voters would depend on whether they believe the candidate could improve their quality of life. Meager wages and soaring house prices have left many young people disillusioned about their future and caused them to become indifferent toward politics. A source within the Chinese Nationalist Party, KMT, said. Young people's lives have not improved under the DPP administration, which has offered the KMT an opportunity to entice young voters by crafting policy proposals favorable to them, the source said. Polls indicate that the KMT has struggled to garner support among younger voters, an area where the nascent Taiwan People's Party, TPP, is appearing to shine. Li Chen, a spokesperson for whose campaign, said that rather than prioritizing investment in public infrastructure, as the DPP has done, the government should focus on investing in young people, because it is an investment in the country's future. A campaign staff member of DPP presidential candidate Vice President William Lai said that the Lai camp is well aware of the risks disgruntled young voters pose to Lai's campaign. Young people are dissatisfied. We saw that and we felt that, they said, adding that the Lai camp has unveiled policy proposals designed to help young people. Meanwhile, TPP chairman and presidential candidate Ko Wen-je has proposed policies that seek to address housing problems and tackle low birth rates, said TPP spokesman Adam Lee. Turning to cross-strait relations, which have traditionally been a major point of contention in Taiwanese elections, those interviewed expressed conflicting views. Now young people have become more concerned with Taiwan's defense and its relations with China, due to the extension of the military conscription period and the ongoing wars between Israel and Hamas, and Ukraine and Russia, Chong said. Cross-strait issues were, by far and away, the issue young Taiwanese cared most about, as evidenced by the widespread interest shown at a recent forum held by the TYAD, he said. However, Lin said it would be tricky to predict which candidate would have the most success in maintaining the status quo and safeguarding Taiwan's democratic system, two things which he says are the priorities of most young people. Against this, Adam Lee said that cross-strait issues are taking a backseat to economic issues such as stagnant wages, exorbitant house prices and the labor shortage. Whichever candidate convinces voters of their ability to address these concerns is likely to emerge victorious, Lee said. Frustrated.
受到挫折的、灰心的、气馁的。
Articulate.
明确清楚地说明。
Stance.
立场、观点、态度、姿态。
Plight.
困境、艰难、窘境。
Turnout.
投票的人数，到场的人数。
Disillusion.
幻想、理想破灭，认清事实，觉悟。
Indifferent.
不在意的，不感兴趣的，不关心的，冷淡的。
Administration.
管理、行政、管理机构、管理人员、行政人员、一任政府的官员或内阁与阁员。
Entice.
吸引、诱惑、引诱。
Prioritize.
确定、排定、设定事情的优先顺序。
Dissatisfied.
心生不满的、不满意的。
Unveil.
第一次公开、介绍、公布、开幕、揭幕。
Contention.
争论、争执、纷争、口角。
Conscription.
征兵、兵役。
The status quo.
现状。
Stagnant.
停滞不前的、毫无进展的、一体不流动的。
Tackle.
处理、解决、进行、交涉。
Exorbitant.
价钱、要求、过分的、太高的、非常离谱的。